Yo, babies, you locked into another video with your boy Alex, and we back again with another clip. I'm going to start doing more of these types of videos where I'm just talking to the camera about topics and my ideals and my morals and my ethics and just, my thoughts. I want to get more into that aside from just doing reaction videos. So I'm going to try to do this in one take. I'm going to try to do this minimal cussing and minimal editing. Tonight, I want to touch on why men, specifically young men, but all men, should not become stepfathers. Now, I'm not saying this is everybody's situation. I'm not saying that you should avoid a situation at all costs, but more likely than not, the risks outweigh the reward, right? So let's just start off with single moms. You can deal with single moms, right? You can date single moms. You might even take a liking to their child. But what you don't want to do is get into a serious committed relationship with this woman, especially if this child's father is uh, still somewhat present. And you know how like these women say that they have no more dealings with their baby fathers or their baby dads. And in some cases, they really can be done with them, right? But a lot of the times you will still see these baby fathers, creeping around or in and out the picture. They come and go as they please, right? And that'll be something you have to deal with, which is a headache. It'll be a headache. And you really cannot stop that because she has a child with this man. You know what I'm saying? She has a child with this man. And, for you to try to stop that or try to intervene, it's just going to make you look like you're being a hater or you're trying to break up a relationship between the father and the son or the father and the child. And you just don't even want to have to deal with that headache, right? And with these men still coming around, your mind's going to ponder, right? You could be at work or something and you get home and you see their car in the driveway and you're like, oh, what the fuck is he doing here? What are they doing here, right? Without me being here. And then they're going to always pitch this to you. Oh, well, this is my son's father. This is my child's father. If you don't like it, da 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 da. Shut the fuck up. I'm not trying to hear none of that, right? I'm not, right? Now, another thing is, if that child is young, you know, you will be able to get away with that for a while. Like if you come into a child's life when they're younger, that will be the best time if you were to go into a child's life that's not yours. That'll be the best time to do it because if they really don't have any memories or any recollection of this person being in their life and they like passed away, right? Or they're really like a deadbeat, like they really don't come around at all and want nothing to do with this child, that will be something else to think about, right? Maybe you could maybe take this child underneath your wing, but it could still come back to bite you in your ass, right? Because let's say this child gets older and then this child gets a conscience and this child starts wondering, maybe y'all got a different skin tone, skin complexion, skin color, right? Y'all may have different interests, y'all have different features. And then family starts talking, friends start talking, people start talking, and it's all it takes is one person to say, that's not your real father, right? And then this child is confused at this point, because a child is not really capable of making, you know, sound decisions, right? So when they hear this, they're gonna be confused. They're gonna want to know what their real father is or their real parent, at least for a certain amount of time, right? And depending on how y'all handle that situation, like if you still with the woman that had the child by this said absent parent, y'all gonna have to deal with that. And me, right? I'll get into some situation I'm in a little bit, but whether that child wants to be in that or that child wants to know their real parent or not, that is something you got to deal with. If the child doesn't want to know the real parent, okay, fine, we're good to go. But if that child does want to have a relationship or try to find this real parent, that's something you're gonna have to deal with. So let's just say you have been this father or you have been this parent for many years, and then this child, starts to get unruly, and then he says that they say that one line, that one finisher, that will make you want to end the entire relationship, right? All it takes for that child to say one time, and it will make you rethink that entire relationship. Y'all know what that is? What is that one thing that child could say that'll just break your whole relationship down? The bond with the child and the mom. You're not my dad. You're not my father. All they gotta say that is one time, and that will hit you the right way, right? All of your progress thus far, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, has regressed back to stage one. Because now that child is actively using his conscience and actively saying, this motherfucker can't tell me what to do, right? Because he that's not my biological father. You get what I'm saying? Whether you feel like you are, whether, and we know that guardianship and parenthood doesn't always come in the form of a biological parent. But when they say that, it's like they've already written you off. If they don't view you as their real parent, I gotta wash myself of the situation. I gotta wash my hands of the situation. I can no longer entertain this child or this parent or their parent or their mom, right? Because if I do, this won't even be under, this foundation is not even built on solid ground at that point. If I continue this relationship, I still have to accept this child. This for child that is, rejecting my leadership, my advice, rejecting my, and anything that's disciplinary, they're rejecting it by saying you're not my real parent. But you're still expected to provide for this child. You're still expected to care for this child as if the child is yours. Protect this child. Get what I'm saying? But when it comes down to disciplining them as if they were your own, you're crossing the line. Now, that's how some parents feel from the gate. Some women will tell you that they don't want you disrespecting or disciplining their children, but y'all want all of the perks of a father, but you don't want the disciplinary action after that. Nah, it doesn't work that way. You get all or none. All or none. You take me as a parent in its totality, or you don't take me as a parent at all. So say that child says that, you have to. There is no other option but to make the great escape. But I'm telling you guys now, it's better just to not even get into that, because there are so many things that could go wrong, right? Now, I'll give y'all a little story time, right? I want to start doing story times too, so I'm gonna give y'all a little story time. I am in a relationship right now. Right? The girl had already had a child. She started talking to me around when the child was like 3 to 6 months. She broke up with the father. He left out of state, moved out of state, started life with another girl or whatever. And she started talking to me. Over time, I started being around more and more. And the child doesn't know his biological parent, right? He knows me as his dad. Different skin color, everything. He views me as his father. I discipline him, I look out for him and everything. Now here's where it gets a little more tricky. I had a daughter by the same girl. Now, I don't treat my daughter no different than I treat the little boy. And, that situation is it's a little slippery. It's a more slippery slope. You get what I'm saying? Because he could say whatever he wants, but now you have another child involved that is actually your biological child. So if he said some fuck shit like, "Oh, you're not my father," okay. Now still, in my opinion, I have to wash my hands of the situation. This, this dynamic has to end that day, because I I can't be taking care of something that views me as less than a father. You get what I'm saying? I can't take care of anybody who views me less than a father. Now, I'm not going to say this day is going to come, but just in case this day does come, I'm prepared for it, right? I care for him as he's my own, but I understand that this is a possibility, and I already have prepared myself for if oh, I've been putting in time, effort, this, that, and the third with this child. Look, in my opinion, I want this kid to have a father, a real father. I want him to have a relationship with his real father, but his real father is, he's a character, to say the least, and whether he will have that or not, I don't know. But I would never keep a child from their biological parent if they want to have that relationship. But if we're gonna be in this, we're gonna be in this thing swinging full force together, you still gonna respect my authority, whether that person is in your life or not, because that person has not been here taking care of you. They're not gonna just come in and start rearranging shit, putting shit in your head, and now you disrespecting me off the strength of what they're saying. A person that you don't even know. All you know is that him and your mom had a thing going, and then they bounced. You get what I'm saying? These are things you have to think about. These are these are thought processes you have to have, right? Now, we can have another conversation about having children at a certain age. I think I did pretty good. I was 24 when I had my first one. But could I have wait a little longer? Could I have waited till I was a little more established? Yes, because children take up time. Children take effort. And if you want to be any type of outstanding parent, if I wouldn't even feel right, man. I wouldn't even feel right if I was less of a parent, you know? So if you are that type of person, just hold off, man. Hold off as much as you can. But that's another topic for another day. We're going to get into that too. Make sure y'all dot your I's and cross your T's. It's your boy Alex. Catch y'all in the next one.